And we are to see the wizard, the wonderful Wizard of Oz. What's up? My cat is so annoying sometimes. Jesus. No real huge lots today. Yo, what's up? MGM 783, what's going on? Just getting ready for the open. Wait a minute, let me put the local time up real quick in a pop-up window here. There we go. Yeah. So we have like 100 lot buyer at 500 that got swept out, and then they came back into the range. Looks like they might sweep the highs from last week. What's going on out there? Okay. meteor showers. Three minutes till the candle close. Okay. Okay. Wait, what? Hold on 1 second. Had to refresh my... I heard an order filled. Somebody got in the trade. Order filled. Oh, snap. That's too bad. Sorry to hear that, T.O. I went running with the 20-kilogram weight vest for the 4th day in a row, so I'm trying to carry some burden. I know it doesn't do it justice, but the pain must suck. Lost. I get that awesome sword now. Let's do that. This thing. Masamune. Don't mind if I do. Nine minutes. Oh. Hitting some sell side. Minute and a half. And 45 seconds. All right, it's showtime. Turn this off for now. Okay, whoops. All right, 20 seconds. Let's minimize this. Get ready. All right, in 5, 4, 3. We broke below a volume point of control at 491.50. Do we get a pivot? Are we going to rip it to the downside, or are we going back to the upside? If we come above the volume point of control, could see a little bit of acceptance and push into the 500s. You got a little bit more resting liquidity up by 550. from seeing that until we don't. It's pretty jittery. Bam. I took that for a 2-pack trade. One peeled off at 77 ticks. Stop at break even now. So it's a win either way. All right, let's see how far it rips to the upside. Either way, we're stop at 482. It'll do its aggressive trailing if it gets funky. Either way. Not touching it. Nice. Good Z-bite. Do you know what time it is? It's showtime. 100 ticks on the runner so far. So far, so good. 130 ticks. 140 ticks. $160. Oh, yeah. Dynamite. I'm going to just close it here. That was $888.80. Quadruple eights. 8888888. 8 is lucky in China and Japan, by the way. It's like a, the kanji is open. It's like two line. It looks like the roof to a house. And so it opens up the possibilities. Also infinity. So they like 8 in their phone number. That's why in Kill Bill, Crazy 88. Fun fact. I think that's one account down, so let's just go to the other accounts that we got. Hold up. Wait a minute. It's gonna get funky, isn't it? Okay. Dum 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 bum 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 bum. Is there any news? Hold up. Let's see. Forex Factory. Doesn't look like it. Yeah. Not really. It's getting fierce on the buy side hits here. Took another 596 in buy side. Nice. It's all good. As long as you got the clear read and took some money out of the market, you're good. Can't complain about that. going for the 600s. Pretty cray-cray. Swept about 2K in buy side. At least a little test of the minis players for a little bit of inducement. What is ES up to? ES has some laddered 300 lots above and below price action. Some persons playing with the PA. Some whale. Doom, doom, boom, 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 boom. Another 261 in buy side hit there with that little extended M perhaps, who knows. 3K in buy side hit. It looks like it could be just a trend long and chill day, who knows. Hitting another 99. This is an actual ad buyer, not a short guy, but somebody added 100 contracts at 604. If they pull back on 604, they could get a little bit of buyer fatigue / absorption. Bam. That is, yeah, you just by the timing, because it went up, hit 614, came back a little bit, then you saw the buy. So that was a definite long that added there. So that's why I circled it, because it was, but you can kind of see what's the difference between longs and shorts by the timing in which they're hit. A popped short as a forced liquidation buy is at the immediate hit to the highs. And a little bit of acceleration on the buyer fatigue. I took that, and the stop is slightly in profit. Might get pulled up and taken out here. Yeah, taken out for a slight. Should have just let it chill, but whatever. I don't trust the shorts, but I was taking the buyer fatigue idea that I was talking about on a different account. Nice. Nice, Tommy boy. Nice, nice, nice. Okay. Nice. I re-entered the short off the buyers there. I was looking for some buyer fatigue again. Stop at break even if it pops up, I'm out. Looking for this volume imbalance fill at 560-ish. This could just be a liquidity grab to continue to the upside, but either way, we're not putting any risk on the line. This is just covering the fees if it pops up. Damn. Nope. It's gonna hit my break even. And out. It's all good. Yeah, that was like a liquidity grab. It's pretty... It's like creating a channel. Yeah, no problem, Z-Byte. My pleasure. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. Yeah, pretty low trading lots, but it's pretty massively jittery because of that. The low liquidity causes like volatility because it searches for, you know, fills basically. So with less ammunition, they can cause price spikes basically. Mm-mm. Dun, 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 dun. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's kind of slowly grinding down while NQ just had this pop up. Slight divergence. Got the battle for the wick in 9 minutes. Yes, starting to follow suit. That was a mighty slap to the upside. Don't see any significant volume attached to it. Mhm. Mhm. Nice. I took that as a fake out breakout again as a short entry at 88. Now stop that break even slightly. Looking for that volume imbalance recovery again. Able to break the lows. That bearish divergence between ES and NQ was another sign for me. Just the fact that it went up while AS was hesitating. It's like a liquidity grab because NQ is more feisty than ES. All right, moving this a little bit into profit. If it comes above 80s, I'm out. And I'm out. Slight profit. Oh, that's too bad. Yeah, it's the battle for the wick on the hourly. It hit into this gap on the way up on the 1,000 tick, and then, yeah, if it does a touch and go on this 560, you could get some sort of continuation idea. You did get a massive amount of like volume traded up in this range. It created the new volume point of control up at 600 now. Okay, what? Nothing significant in here, so I'd be waiting to see how this hourly closes. I'd be weary of any long-term commitment to a short. Looks like it could continue. You got 101 contracts up at 650. ES now starting to get a little bit of strength, pushing up to the 850s and beyond. You just created 2 volume imbalances on the 1000 tick for NQ. Retesting the volume point of control at the 600. You had a 91 seller at 587 that could get slingshotted to the upside. Slingshot. With the aggression of that 10-minute candle that like pushed up like right off the open, I'd be weary of like, yeah, again, like shorts look like they're going to be pounded today, but what do I know? You got a 66% on the tilt for top step. For longs, rather. People are long bias. Oh my goodness. Bam. And the slingshot to the upside came true. You're getting a 143 seller at 613 and a 94 seller at 615. Somebody's peeling off some of their long aggressively and or adding to a short that's not going their way. Either way, that causes drift if the trend is up because they don't need to pay along as much and they can punish a short some more. So the context is what the aggressor wants out of the transaction and whether they need to pay that person or not. To reward or punish, that is the question. And it looks like they're continuing the punishment to the sellers. That's why I was saying be careful of any shorts. This is like your typical consolidation, like rise, retrace, continuation to the upside. Got another 100 seller at 642. They get turned to buyers at the top too. There's a lot of 100 lot buyers at 627 and they just disregard the buyers because they know they're pop shorts. Pop, pop, pop. Hopefully you guys got into the whatchamacallit, long. Got in line with the long. Hourly closed, by the way. It happens, great as nothing. I was in a long from pre-market or from the open basically. And then I got out at like I got in at like 460 or something, and then I got out at like 510 with the little pullback to the 500s. If I had just stayed, it would have been massive, but whatever. Shoulda, coulda, woulda. The shoulda, coulda, woulda. Coulda, woulda. The shoulda, coulda, woulda game doesn't lead anywhere, by the way. But it's fun to play sometimes. Shoulda, coulda, woulda. Shoulda, coulda, woulda. It's better to just like secure stuff sometimes. That's the way I figure. So it's like, like it could do a lot of things, but it could also reverse in your face. And you're like, man, if I just taken profit, and then it becomes that story. That shoulda, coulda, woulda. Like I should have just locked it in when I saw it. I'd rather at least have the sting of winning than the sting of defeat. You know what I mean? The sting of winning and knowing you could have won more, but, than the sting of having had something and then it's like you lost afterwards because you were greedy or whatever. That's why I'm like, stay frugal, stay positive, stay blessed, because it's like it's better to stay positive and stay frugal about it than the enticement of, like a long and chill, like those are fun too, though. Don't get me wrong. Like a 300 tick day. Like there's been a few massive trades where I take this thing with like a micro or something, and then it turns into like $1,000 because it like tanked, like, and I'm like up 600 ticks, and I'm like, yeah. But we're ultimately just doing it for the money, so it should be boring. It should be boring. All right, hitting some buyers up here. 110 lots up at 643, 62, 638, and a bunch at 636 and down to 634. You're only at 3K in aggressive delta buyers for the day. If it comes below 634 with aggression, you could be getting some buyer fatigue. Although, once again, the trend is up. Some 75, 77 lot buyer at 63725. They added to their buy. Could get absorbed. I'm not shorting it though. Just gonna see, observing, seeing what it's aiming at. Oh, do, 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 do. I'll be with you for another like 15 minutes or so. Then I gotta get some Z's. Got an early day tomorrow. All right. Came below those buyers, so looking a little bit more like the buyer fatigue idea could be real. I took that on the drop beneath the inflection points, my entry at 629.50. Stop at break even, looking for this to run to the downside. If it pops up, I'm out. I'm not trying to like predict, just like stay copacetic and not give anything back. Well, it's gonna pop up and hit my break even. Is it? Is it? Yep. Out. For slight gains to cover fees. That's about it. Well, at least it was like a clean read for a slight bit. Boop 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 boop. Well, it's like a qualifying day, so I'm basically done with that one. I don't know if I want to take another trade, but could be a bearish retest of these buyer zones at 637 and 636. Doom, doom, boom, 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 boom. It kind of bounced off the volume point of control area too. It was like it came back to the volume point of control, boom, bounced off it. I'm basically up on everything today, so I'm kind of gonna quit while I'm ahead, I think. I'm gonna just close this out, lock it out. Done. Close out Ninja Trader. Done. All right. It is Wednesday. It's pretty fast. It's already December 3rd. It's going to be the end of the year before you know it. End of the year. Ah, snap. It just turned Wednesday. My bad. Eh. Booyah. How's it going, Duda? Good? It's good. The Asia session, yeah. I always nicknamed it Gasia because it's gay. Yeah, it's low liquidity and it's like watching paint dry and you're just like, why did I just waste my time? London, I would say, is the sweet spot at the middle ground. If you can wake up for London, for me, it's like a normal person's job, but I'm like teaching after school, so it's basically like when everyone's going home. So I miss it, but you know, the Mondays that I do have time to sit in the charts and I don't watch my kids at that time, like it's either like a high or a low is normally presented during London. So if you're getting like a sweep to a low or a sweep to a high on London, you're like getting those like, pristine entries that you can't get during New York because it like bounces out. Like even look at today, for example, like it's very typical. Like I wouldn't even, yeah, London created the low and then it bounced out, and then New York just like consolidated above the London created low, and then it just continued. So if you got in from that, yeah, a lot of times you can go back and just see London creates some sort of low or high. But yeah, Asia is. Oh, nice. Yeah, I ran another mile with the jacket on and rode my bike. Oh, and then I did 10 power pull-ups with the 20K, like 20 kilogram vest on. That's My shoulders are killing me. But it's interesting, like when you do it, you can feel your heart beat so hard. It's like, what the heck? The intensity of it all. Oh, that's cool. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I do like a switch hand grip one, and then chin ups, and then pull ups. And yeah, I do, like, I try to work it in, and then I do like progressive overload with free weights too. Like I consulted Chat GPT, and it's like, you're doing endurance and progressive overload. Normally people do one. And they're like, I don't think that's sustainable. Like, we'll see about that. It's like, we'll see about that. But no, like I'm hitting like a tendon joint, like what is it called, wall, if you will, like a threshold, pain threshold. So I'm like, okay. So then I did this research, and then I was like, okay, I need to do tendon work. So I'm getting rings and resistance bands to work on strengthening tendons and stuff, because what I'm doing requires me to do that. But it's pretty cool when you wear that like 20 kilogram vest and you're like walking around with it for like hours on end, or running and up mountains like I did yesterday. Like, then when you take it off, you're like nimble as a ninja. You can like sprint upstairs, or like just like leap like a ballerina or something. Yeah. Yeah, for me, it's like in May. So I lost 15 kilograms since May. Like I dieted and exercised heavily, and then got into like the most fit I've been since, ever. I've superseded what I accomplished when I was younger, I would say. But like, yeah, for me, it was like I wanted to put the weight back on and see what I was walking around at, kind of. And I was like, damn, like, so this is what I was just doing normally. So it's like, all right, well, let's work out as the fat ass version of myself, but, you know, duping myself into feeling what that was like, kind of. But it was no joke. No wonder I was getting like sleepy and stuff, because it's like, it's hard to carry that weight around, Granted, like the center of gravity's different because the vest is in your upper half, so it's like feels like this weird like ball around your center mass as opposed to spread throughout your body, you know. But still, it's like that was no wonder I was getting like, you know, sleep apnea and stuff. It's fun though. It's like it gets addictive. Like activity begets activity and inactivity begets inactivity. Yeah. I wish I had that fast metabolism, but yeah, I was eat one cookie and just like be a fat ass type. Like I couldn't. My body would just be storing for the winter that never comes. But I got used to like watching what I eat as a result because I can easily like turn the switch off. Like okay, no more snacks. We're on, you know, fasting mode or whatever. My 2026. Now go for it. I could easily do that. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, if as long as you don't lose or gain like 10, I mean, if you actively choose to and you lose or gain 10 pounds of weight like a year, that's normally like something they ask you to write on your health check or whatever. So with my next health check, they're gonna be like, "What the fuck happened?" Because I'm gonna be shredded when I go in there. I'll be like, "Yeah, my waist is like." I'm like at 10% body fat. I'm maybe at like 11. I don't think I'm at 10 yet, but I'm definitely not like caveman. That dude's like jacked. But he's been doing it from what I talked to him about, like, you know, better part of like a decade plus. So he yeah, he's in the on the different, you know, rung on the bar of the journey. But I really like the calisthenics game. Like that's the ability to like master your body. Like, and for me, like pull-ups just are this, like I could do pull-ups in high school. So it was like that was the first thing I bought. And then I couldn't do it because I was a fat ass. And I was like, why did I buy this? And I didn't want my wife to get angry at me for buying it. So I was like doing dead hangs on it for 100 seconds a day for like, you know, 2 months, and then like doing these shrugs and stuff as part of the 100 seconds. I would do 20 seconds on, 20 seconds off, 20 seconds on, 20 seconds off. And I had these different grip changes that I did, like doing two fingers on with one hand, like now I can do like a one-handed hang easily. But it's like it built up this like forearm strength and everything where I could just like eventually you do it and then it's like you have unlocked the pull-up. And you're like, wait, what? And suddenly I could do 4 and then 7 and then 10. So it just becomes this like, yeah, I would do the 100-second dead hang if you have a pull-up bar. Like that was the thing. And then it's manageable enough with the 20-second on, 20-second off mentality that if you do that, you're going to be, I think, like, you know, it's hard at first, but eventually it becomes fun. This one here, I'll send it. If you have a pull-up bar, this is oh, nice. But yeah, this is what I did. And then I started with 3 fingers for the one part where he does like, he's trying to say do one hand or use whatever assistance you need. I would do like 3 fingers and then I went down to 2 fingers. I'm still doing the 2 fingers thing because why not? But like, yeah, I have tried doing the one-handed only, but yeah, I'm not trying to gas my arms before I do any pull-ups, so I just do that for the forearm strength. Because even doing the fingers, like my forearms would be like super, like on fire because of the weight even being held by the 3 fingers kind of builds like that fingers, like that forearm strength. I would recommend trying this one out. This is it's easy enough to remember too. I don't watch this video at all anymore. I just do it. Damn. Hopefully somebody got that short. Huh? No idea. I'm going to end the stream here. So thank you for watching. Stay frugal, stay blessed, stay positive, and we'll see you.